What's up, everyone? Season Ticket coming at you live this afternoon. I am your host, Dan Hooley, along with my esteemed colleague, Scott Schroff.
What's up?
We got lots of movement in the sports world this weekend, more specifically in the NFL, one involving Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce.
Yeah,
He signed to a 5-year, $40 million contract extension, put up 875 yards over his career with 5 touchdowns.
No, over this year.
Over
this
year,
yeah.
It's not that
He
bad.
wouldn't get that much money if he was just did that over his career. Now this was Travis Kelce's breakout season, bar none. This was best year of his career. Alex Smith only threw to him and Jeremy Maclin.
Who else does he have? Quite
pretty
honestly.
much, yeah. So he scored 5 touchdowns. That's nice. He's a big body. Tight ends are becoming kind of hard to come by in the game today because you got Gronk, which is amazing, and you got other guys, but it seems like the good ones, you got to lock them up because you don't know when another one's going to come by.
Yeah, I find that pool to be thinning out very quickly.
Yeah, much like running backs. That's a very interesting discussion to have one day about how wide receivers are becoming so much more because of the passing game, and other guys like running tight end, like blocking tight ends, and guys like running backs aren't in the league as much. Injuries and because we don't run as much in the league anymore. But I don't know, it's something interesting to talk about. But Travis Kelce, you're making bank, that's all that matters.
Yeah, he's putting up good. Speaking of extensions, the Eagles extended right tackle Lane Johnson's contract to 5 years, $35 million. That's guaranteed. So obviously they want to keep him.
It could get up to about $63 million in incentives. So if he could bump his stuff up. Now right now he's playing right tackle for the Eagles because they have a Pro Bowl, great left tackle over there. So, but he's getting older. So once he moves out, Lane Johnson will probably move over and play left tackle and hopefully continue the legacy of the Eagles line because the Eagles line actually isn't horrible. Yeah. Surprisingly, a lot of things are bad about the Eagles.
With all the things going wrong, they know they have a solid line.
And that's something you can build off of. Look at the Cowboys 2 years ago. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, so obviously there's room to move. If you have one good thing going for you, it's better than having.
And the Eagles just throwing out extensions by the buckets now. They're just
now that
this one and then the 2 for the tight ends last week. It's pretty crazy, I think.
I think now they're gonna lock up a lot of contracts too.
Hopefully,
Chip Kelly syndrome.
They still don't have a quarterback. I mean, Sam Bradford's in talks, but who's going to play quarterback for the Eagles? I don't know, but you got a guy you got 2 tackles that are going to protect his blind side.
You got a good O-line, so whoever it is, he's going to
I think the Eagles are going to be they're going to be much improved next season. The Eagles, definitely. And it's kind of hard not to be.
Also in the football world, Justick announced his retirement earlier today over an 11 season career.
Very long season.
2 Super Bowl appearances with the New York Giants in
2007. 2 wins. Yeah.
2007, 2011, both of them wins. 66.5 sacks over 11 years. It's pretty good work. He's a very good player.
Oh, yeah. Well, obviously not as much anymore. But you know what? He's only 32 years old. A lot of players play until they're older, but football...
high contact, I understand.
Yeah, especially with the position he plays, a D tackle.
I see, yeah. Honestly, I guess it's the whole concussion thing. A lot of these players have woken up and they're saying, look, this is my career, man.
Yeah, exactly. And Justin Tuck has made his money in the game. Between the Giants and the Raiders with the big contracts, I don't know. He's made his money. He's done good. He's won Super Bowls. There's really nothing that he has left to prove necessarily. So why keep playing? I mean, other than your love of the game, he's getting older, why not just put it on hold?
Just to talk about his career for a minute, especially when he was with the Giants, as a Giants fan, he really was up to snuff. He put in good stuff. He was a big tackler. Always got, somebody going up the middle. So,
oh, yeah. Back when that line was really good, 2012 or 2011 with JPP
I think, honestly, that was the pinnacle of the Giants anyway. And he was part of that. So, there's not a lot of bad things you could say about him. Too much good stuff you could say about him.
Yeah, exactly. He's one of those guys. I like those kind of guys.
Speaking of retirement, there's been stories going around... people reporting that Calvin Johnson is possibly talking to the New England Patriots. This is coming after earlier this year, in 2015, he announced he would probably retire by the end of this season. And so this is very surprising to see. We're not sure yet if he's going to pull Brett Favre, say he's going to retire and then come out and be like, I'm going to play again.
It's very interesting to look at because Calvin Johnson told his coach apparently that, okay, this is done, this is it. apparently they're trying to get him out of retirement, but the Lions are trying to get him out of retirement to play with them.
Yeah.
They're not going to talk him out of retirement just to release him and let him go play with the Patriots. If he doesn't want to play anymore, if he doesn't have the drive, if it's because of injuries, you know what? He shouldn't play.
Yeah, because they were saying he battled, I believe, a hip injury. He battled a hand injury.
Yeah, he's had plenty of injuries over the past few years.
Ever since 2013, he's had several nagging injuries happening to him.
Yeah, exactly. He's only 30 years old. I mean, I still think he's a Hall of Famer because of all the numbers he's put up in that time because he's been great. But it's just the fact that he might not continue his career that's kind of sad to watch. But if he doesn't want to do that to himself, I'm not going to sit here and tell him he should. Well, especially since I'm not a Lions fan.
It's like what I said with Justin Tuck. These guys, I think they are starting to wake up. They're saying, like, look, this is... it's like, I love the sport, but it's high contact. I don't want to screw myself up.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever it is with Calvin Johnson.
Honestly, the NFL is never going to help him. So.
Yeah, and I mean, if anything, if he does come out of retirement and somehow he was able to work something out with the Lions, if he could go to the Patriots, or even if it's not the Patriots but an organization, like a winning organization, that would be very good for him.
If the Patriots get him, they're going to be unstoppable. That's for sure.
Him and Gronk, but he would have to take like the minimum. It would be crazy, but... It would be interesting to watch, at the very least. I want to see him play again. Yeah. But if he doesn't want to, I mean, that's on him.
I find it, it was surprising news. At first, I thought it was just some BS thing. Everybody.
People report things.
As the day's gone on, a lot of people are talking about this. Apparently, Johnson did talk to Coach Bill Belichick. Yeah. So... that may lend some credibility to that. I don't know. Maybe you're a more skeptical person.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what that... Like, those reports are exactly true, but I could see where it makes sense. Yeah. So if it does happen, or if it progresses in any sense, then, I mean, it could be good for Calvin Johnson. Good for the sport overall.
Moving on into baseball, there was a bigger trade this weekend. The Brewers traded shortstop Gene Segura for second baseman Aaron Hill. Both men their averages aren't that far from each other, 230 and 257, about a 20-point difference. So their hitting is still pretty solid. The only thing is Segura, not much of a home run hitter. Aaron Hill putting up 6 home runs last year.
Yeah, not a home run hitter.
Well, not a lot, but more than Segura.
Yeah. I mean, Aaron Hill used to put up good numbers, and he used to be good, and then last year came, he didn't get as much playing time because of guys in the infield on the Diamondbacks like Nick Ahmed and people, and because he didn't get the playing time, he didn't perform because of the playing time. It was kind of catch-22 for him, and so maybe he can find a new home with the Brewers. The Brewers aren't expected to be in contention. Oh, yeah. So maybe he can put up a nice year and then go into free agency, because I believe he's a free agent after this year, and maybe make a case for himself since there's not a lot of big hitters next free agency.
To be quite honest, the Brewers are kind of in the muddle right now.
They're one of the lowest teams.
We're not
baseball
building anything. We're not fighting for contention. They're just kind of floating on by.
Yeah, and them getting rid of Gene Segura kind of confused me because while he is a young player, he's been in the league for about 3 to 4 years now. He didn't put up great numbers last season. But he's solid defensively, so if the Diamondbacks are looking for someone solid defensively, and this is where it's confusing me because they have a shortstop that can play solid defensively and actually hit well, or at least hit decent last season, Nick Ahmed, and they have a bunch of infielders, especially now with Gene Segura. They wanted to mainly get rid of Aaron Hill's money because he was making $12 million this year versus Segura's not even close to that. So it makes sense from a money standpoint, but they still have a bunch of infielders. And I know the GM of the Diamondbacks said that, okay, maybe we can afford to get rid of one, like they can trade one of those again. So you could end up seeing Gene Segura flipped after this as well. I don't know for who, for what. They still have some pitching question marks. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what the Brewers and Diamondbacks are going to be like this season. Yeah. Diamondbacks should be much improved.
Well, as of today, pitchers and catchers report in 15 days. So the more of these trades start coming in, you see more things of what we're probably going to have to want to watch. Yeah. Around spring training.
But there are still a lot of guys out there, like free agent wise, that are not signed. Yeah, there's not too many big guys, but there are guys out there that aren't signed.
I must say this winter has gone pretty quickly. So I guess a lot of these guys just haven't found anybody.
Yeah, there's a surplus of a lot of things this offseason. So the
last time we talked about this, we had talked about big free agents to be signed. That was December 21st. Now it's February 2nd, and spring training's closing in.
Yeah, and there's still plenty of free agents out there. And it's not like the free agents that are, okay, maybe I'll take a minor league contract. No, these are guys that'll get at least 10 to 20 million. They're not big free agents, but they're major league free agents. And when you look at teams filling up their holes with certain guys, you're wondering, okay, are these guys going to land jobs? And with the pitchers, they're probably always going to land jobs. But a lot of the position players, especially the aging ones, for the money, I don't know. It's going to be hard to watch for them because their time's slipping away each and every day.
So, moving around in baseball, Howie Kendrick getting a contract extension for 2 years, $20 million with the LA Dodgers, hitting .295 last year. A solid player, I would say.
Yeah, very, very good. I like Howie Kendrick. I was thinking that the Mets should go out and get him, and for the money it would have been nice, but I mean, Asdrubal Cabrera is kind of the same player. I mean, he's younger, he's got, defense, this, that, but I don't know, Howie Kendrick to me is one of the guys that you like to have on your team. He's a good clubhouse guy, like we've mentioned before on the show. He's, 2 years, $20 million, that's not going to be bad for him. The Dodgers needed someone, well, actually, that's kind of the thing, they didn't need someone, but to have the surplus, especially with older guys between him and Utley and Kiki Hernandez. Kiki Hernandez isn't old, but to have a surplus of guys, it doesn't hurt you. And especially Dodgers, the way they like to spend money.
Especially for $20 million, these aren't major contracts getting.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know.
I think that you can never have enough of type that.
Yeah. Especially if you can get them on the cheap. And while $20 million isn't the cheap, for the Dodgers, that's the cheap.
Considering the Dodgers budget the last few seasons,
Yeah, they're just like, we're going to give you all the money.
This is in the peanut section for them.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised they didn't go out and sign every free agent this offseason.
But moving away from baseball, the Phoenix Suns fired coach Jeff Hornacek after a 14-35 start.
Yeah, they've lost.
Not a good start.
They've lost 19 of their last 21. So
I guess I guess it's been a rough start.
It's just a little bit, yeah. 14-35. You're almost. Wow, that's bad. I'm sorry.
That's really bad.
Now apparently he's very beloved by his teammates and by his fellow coaches, by the fans. He's a very loved guy. It's just that he wasn't performing,
not producing results.
And
you really get down to it, no matter how much you love these guys. Sports is a business.
Oh yeah.
And he's in the GM and higher ups in the office are looking at this. They're saying we're not doing too good. It's gonna start meaning we're gonna start losing money. So sorry, we love you, but you gotta cut.
Exactly. Yeah. And it sucks sometimes to see because your favorite coaches will get fired, but it's just gonna happen. But looking at it, there's only so much a coach can do, and the guys on the Suns right now are underperforming. They're having players get injured left and right. They're just not having a very good season overall. They're not going to have a good season, but hey, it's basketball. Let's tank. Let's go get someone that's great, and let's go get Ben Simmons. Why not? I'm kidding. He's not looking that good right now. But I don't know. Yeah, Suns. Good luck in the lottery.
Yeah, I hope
have fun.
Enjoy your draft because you're gonna be higher up there. Moving on.
Sorry to anyone from Phoenix that's watching this.
If you understand.
You
unsubscribe. I'm sorry. It's not like you got a team to watch anyway.
You got the Cardinals. They did good, right? So.
Yeah, I would say so.
Carson Palmer choked a little bit, but...
Well, I think choked is an understatement, but that was last week. We're moving on.
This is this week.
We're going to get into a little bit of hockey here tonight. The Rangers play the Devils, I believe, in New York. In New Jersey tonight, 7 p.m. This is a big, big game, especially for the Rangers because we're coming off All-Star Weekend. This is their first game since the All-Star game. So, the Rangers have been flip-flopping. When I say flip-flopping, they're pretty much the last half of the season. It's been win, lose, win, lose.
Yeah, didn't they just streak 2 games together for the first time since November?
First time since November, I believe 16th, they won 2 games in a row. More than 1 game in a row.
Yeah, which is crazy to think about because they're not a bad team either.
They're not. They're sitting in 3rd place, and they've bounced back between 3rd and 2nd. It's been neck and neck with them and the Islanders because the Washington Capitals are like 20 points in front of everyone.
They're just going to kind of stay. They're like the Warriors of this.
The Rangers and Islanders are sitting around at like the 50, 55, 51, like going neck and neck. Meanwhile, Washington is 74 points, so they're well ahead of us.
Yeah, it's not even close. But and then from the Devils' perspective, I mean, they're still right around that wild card.
They're still holding on. They're still holding on to the wild card position. So any game is pretty crucial.
Oh, every game is important to them,
as well in their conference. It's pretty neck and neck with them.
Yeah, you got the Canadians, you got the Senators, you got all these.
That's everybody involved. It's not like in the Eastern Conference where, like I just said, Washington's sitting on top. There's nobody really sitting on top. In New Jersey's division. So it's very neck and neck. So both of these games, for both teams, a must win, especially for the Rangers.
It should be a very interesting game.
If the Rangers really want to get something going right now, I sure hope they get something going because, Jesus Christ, I love this team. So I really hope they get something going. I think now it's, to use the cliche, do or die, it is for them because if they lose... they are playing the Devils later on this month, which I could actually, keep in mind. Might do a little bit of a live broadcast at the Rangers game. Keep that in mind,
yes.
Just leaving that out there for the few number of fans we actually have. But nonetheless, the Rangers will be playing the Devils later on this month. So if they lose tonight, you can see them losing again because, especially with a rivalry. So
yeah, if you're coming off All-Star Weekend with a loss, it's great to come off with a win. I mean, you feel refreshed. You got your guys back. Everyone's healthy for the most part. I mean,
and the Rangers, both teams had somebody in the All-Star game. I mean, Corey Schneider was starting goalie for their division, and the Rangers had JT Miller and Ryan McDonough were also there. So it's something really. This is going to be a good game. So even if you're not a Rangers fan, I'm pretty sure it's going to be on NBC Sports, so it'll be broadcast to a wider area as opposed to
I would think so. And anyone, even if you're not that into hockey, if you're into sports, if you're into rivalries, this is one of the better ones. It's a solid rivalry
game, because I fucking hate New Jersey. And I love this state. I hate the fucking hockey team. I don't care. You know what? You want to trash me for that? Oh, well. But, so, yeah, game to watch tonight. I would put it on. 7 p.m., man.
So what do you think about the, to go off on a little bit of a tangent here, what did you think of the Pro Bowl?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, you didn't watch it. Exactly. That's enough. I didn't watch it.
I went to work, somebody told me, I said, nope.
Yeah, exactly. It's just...
I had the option, too.
NFL, if Goodell, come with me right now. If you're listening to this...
Quite honestly...
Please, just fix it. I don't know how.
Honestly,
I'm not giving you a chance.
I'll be quite honest. I watched the Senior Bowl on Saturday. That was a more exciting game.
Oh, yeah, because,
they have something to fight for. There were scouts in the audience.
These guys are fighting not to get hurt. They're like, all right, I'll play, but...
They're like, we're going to half-ass tackle you. We're going to shove this guy out of bounds.
And while A.J. Green did make a very interesting play, if you didn't see that, go check it out on YouTube. Great catch. I mean, it's just... I don't know.
It's bad. It's really bad.
Yeah, it's the only one that's that terrible. I mean, the other ones are kind of uninteresting, but at least they have something to them. Like, hockey has, skills and, the 3-on-3 new format. And then you got John Scott, which is very interesting. Yeah. And then NBA, whatever, it's...
Yeah. Well, it's a dunk contest, but nonetheless...
Fix it.
We swallowed our shit. We took our bye week. And now, this Sunday... The biggest game of the year we got coming up. You can expect.
And you will have
You can have Scott's wild ass prediction on Thursday. We're gonna have a special show for that one. It's gonna be pretty sweet, I must say.
I would think so. Yeah.
If you're watching us on Periscope, you're just seeing us now, and you're not telling us to fuck off or shut up. You're really interested. We're gonna be on Spreaker. We're gonna be on Periscope
and on YouTube.
We had to delay today. Usually we're on Mondays. Of course, I said it's the second week in a row we've broadcast on Tuesday. But nonetheless, so that's going to wrap it for sports as far as today goes. Thanks for watching with us, guys. It was great to be on 2 apps now. Hopefully we reached out for more people. And whether or not Scott's teacher saw him again, oh well. But until then, see you in the cheap seats, guys.